Today the chapter is one reproduction in organisms. Okay, in this the chapter deals about the how organisms will reproduce. Okay, how the many organisms will produce. Okay, how the offspring, the babies will come up. Okay, so this is called as reproduction in organisms. Our ultimate aim is to know how the offsprings, the new generation will form. Now, first of all, we see what is the lifespan. First is one. Lifespan. Okay. Lifespan, that is actually the span is the time. Life is the life of the organisms. So, what is the time of a organism in its life? So, that is the period from birth to natural death. This thing you should be in your mind, that is the period of any organism, it may be a plant, microorganism or animal, from its birth to natural death, not accidental death. This is a natural death. This is called as the lifespan. Okay, this should be like aging. Okay, aging. Next, what is the specialty of the lifespan? Any variations are there? Yes, the lifespan will not be same. It never be same. Okay, it will be varies. It means different for every organisms. In plants, it will be different. For each plant, the lifespan will be different. Some plants will survive for only 2 months, like annuals. Some survive for 2 years, biennials. Some survive for many years, perennials, like this. Even some mosquitoes and flies, they will survive for only few days and months only. Some animals, they survive for more. So, this is the varies, and this is independent of size and shape. For example, if you see the example of the crow and parrot, both are same in size, but it will survive for many years and it will survive for only few. Okay. The same way, another example is that mango and people. Both are trees, same size, but mango will survive for only few years, okay, but people will survive for many years. So, this is a general introduction of the lifespan, you should remember. Many times they will ask a simple definition like this: what is the reason behind between these organisms? Why? Because you have to say there is independent size and shape. Next is about the reproduction. What is reproduction? The production of the offsprings and the progeny, that is, or you can also use the word formation of offsprings or progeny. Nothing but offsprings and progeny is not a different words, they are simple like babies, infants, okay, the small one, okay, the new generation, or you can also call as the next generation. After this, what you have to remember this, next is what is the character, okay, or the uses. Any uses are there or any advantages are there or any types. You should remember this. What is use of the reproduction? A simple question. What happens if the organism will not do reproduction? Nothing happens. They can survive, but the problem is they cannot give their babies. They can't produce another generation. That is the one problem. Many times they may ask, now what is uses? Okay, what is use is, that is the continuity of the species. Suppose a group of animals are there, like elephants are there. If they do reproduction, then only their babies will come. Okay, that is continuation. If all animals will stop reproduction this year, the next year there will be no new animal, there is no new organisms. So, the continuity of the species will die, it will totally extinct. That is why what you have to remember is continuity. Continuity means continuation, continuity of the species. This is the 10th class topic. In the 10th also you might have read this, continuity of the species. Okay, this is a very important thing. Next is advantages. What are advantages? Why we have to go for, they have to go for reproduction? Because after reproduction, in generally maximum cases, there is a mixture of both DNAs, both genomes, information of the two individuals. When the two individuals will club together, then a new thing will form, that may be called as hybrid. Okay, like red ink and blue ink. If you mix, then what happens? You may see a brown ink like this. That is advantage. In this, you are seeing a brown ink. When you mix red ink and blue ink, the brown ink is coming. That is a new variety. That is called genetically variations. So, what we see is the genetical variations. Okay. Next, another is these genetical variations can be seen in the next upcoming generation. Same time, this will also continue further. That is called as inheritation or inherited to the generations. This is important. Because of that, the organisms will have a different new varieties or qualities, sense specialities. So, that is continuous species, one point, that is the use, and advantage, that is genetical variations and inheritation of the characters to the next generation. Okay. Next, types. The types, the reproduction types are two types. One is asexual reproduction. Second is sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction means in this without involving of the another sex, A, that is called as not, or it will not involve. So, this sexual means it has a two sexes, two types of genders will involve, male and female. Here asex means only one sex, A has many meanings, here only single sex will involve. So, here simply you can write one or a single parent will involve. Okay. Here the two parents will involve. Okay. Here especially moreover the single parent may give rise to its offsprings with or without gametes. This is with or without gametes. Here these will give specially with the gametes only. It is impossible. What are gametes? They are the reproductive end products. They are haploid. It means this male will give one gamete, half information, and the female will give half information. These are two half of information is called as gametes, just like spores. Next, the two parents. Okay. Then these are the two individuals. And here the gametes will be a male gamete. This symbol is for males, plus a female gamete. This symbol is for female. Clear? Okay. Now, in the reproduction, now we will see the first one, that asexual reproduction. Okay. Asexual reproduction. It means one in the subtopic is a single parent. It means only single parent involved in the production of the offsprings. Okay. And those offsprings, okay, will be called as offsprings, okay, or progeny. So, this is the specialty of the asexual reproduction. Second point is that, okay, how they look like, the offsprings of asexual reproduction. How they will look like? How they will look? They will look similar. They look similar between them, similar among the offsprings. Here, what it meaning? Offsprings means if an organism is capable to give rise to a few offsprings like 4 or 5. The 4 and or 5 all will be same, all will be similar in size, shape, structure, near about. And not only this, between the like brothers, all brothers will be same, all sisters will be same. Same time, these offsprings here, these asexual offsprings will be exactly identical. Okay, or you can use a similar word, identical word. Exactly identical to their parents. So they just look like their parents, because here they are coming from the single parent, like a mother, from the mother the baby is coming. So in this, a father is not involved. So father information or its DNA or the sperms are not involved. So nothing. It means the blue ink is giving rise to a blue color, they refill like this. Red color will have only red color. So the next baby will be red color only. Here there is no other involvement. That's why they look exactly just like their parents. This is second point. And third point, clear? Here the third point is clone. What are clones? Clones, why we have discussed? Because whenever we say similar, identical, they are all same. So all these organisms which are look like a same or similar, then these are called clones. What is special to the clones? These clones will be genetically and morphologically will be similar or similar individuals. This word we are not describing or discussing just because of this sentence. It is a general sentence. The clones or maybe any individuals, we can see this in the human beings, we can see in animals, we can see in the plants. So in microorganisms, similar individuals which have a genetic information and morphology. Genetically means the DNA, genes, genome, its information, that is genetically. The genes, characters, the 10th class you have studied Mendel characters, Mendel formulas, all those things. This is genetically, okay. And morphologically means out structure, a size, shape, color, at least near it, all will be same. So this is called as, they are called as clones. This is a very important word. In the future you will read more about these clones. Next, fourth point is, okay, and the fifth point. Here we are discussing this sexual reproduction will occur, but how? In generally, especially this will be done by the cell division, by cell division. Okay, here the cell division itself is the mode of the cell division mode itself a reproduction. This is specially only asexual. You have to think this. You have to remember. We are discussing cell division, especially in the case of asexual. Moreover, this is in the unisexuals. Okay, unicellular. Okay, cell division will occur everywhere. Even multicellular in us also will occur. Even the skin also, if any rupture occurs, the skin has to go for cell division, and it will produce a new cells. So this is another concept. This is another concept. Okay, they have a both similarity. Cell division, asexual, unisexual. Okay, this is a mode of reproduction. Clear? Especially this cell division will occur, that is mitosis. How? A major organism will divide into two parts. Okay, this is a mitosis, cell division. The last is the fifth one, final one, the common occurrence. In short, you can see where this asexual reproduction will occur in all cases, like in the Monera, Protista, fungi, plants and animals. So this is the introduction of the asexual reproduction. Now we will see the different types of asexual reproduction. Okay. Okay. One is the fission. Fission, that is the division. It means one organism will divide into two parts. Again, this organism has the capacity to divide into two parts. This is a fission. In this, many types are there. Suppose, again, that is a binary fission. Okay, should note, prepare notes like this. One is amoeba. When this binary fission occurs, this case occurs in the amoeba in the case of favorable conditions. The textbook, the diagram is there here. Amoeba is an irregular shape with a nucleus. It will divide into two parts. This is one amoeba will divide into two amoebas. So this is a division, a binary fission. Binary, two, division. Okay. Next, another case, multiple fission. Here also multiple fission also we can see properly in the amoeba itself. But in case of a adverse condition, that is unfavorable conditions. This is in amoeba, favorable condition will occur. This is in unfavorable condition will occur. What? How? See, generally if you see amoeba will be with a irregular shapes, nucleus, and it will have pseudopodia. Clear? Generally. But in case of unfavorable condition, it cannot survive like this. It has to protect itself. So in unfavorable condition, what happens? These pseudopodias, the legs, the podias will be withdrawn. You have to write minus. Okay, the podias will be withdrawn and it will convert into a rhomb. It will convert as cyst. And later, this cyst will gain few more layers, near about 2 or 3. So this is called as encystation. N means adding, encystation. So simple. Amoeba, in case of unfavorable conditions, the podia, the legs, it will be lost and will become a cyst. Cyst means a hard layer for protect inner material. Then few more hard layers will form. That's called encystation. Later, and the same time when this occurs here in this cyst, spores will form. And these are called as amoebae. Amoeba plus another E, amoebae, or you can also call them as pseudo pseudopodia pores. Later, when the favorable conditions, in the case of favorable condition back, in the favorable conditions, this encysted amoeba will break and the cyst will break. The cyst will break and it will release all the spores. Then these can be called as spores or amoebas, and this process is called as sporulation. This is a sporulation. This is encystation. These are two words are important. In the multiple fission, the pseudopodia will be lost and it will come into encystation. Encystation will give rise to the cyst formation, then the sporulation. This thing you have to remember. Clear? See this. This is small difference, that's binary fission and multiple fission. Still one more is there, we will discuss now, but you will look up this page. Next, we will see third one, just we think as third one. That is irregular fission. And fourth is longitudinal. Fifth is transversal. These are special out of the book. In the book it was not included. Irregular division means, if you see the binary fission itself, the amoeba There is no irregular shape, so when we see division, there will be it will be in different design, in different style it will divide. So that's called irregular division or fission. Next is longitudinal fission. This can be seen in the euglena. You may be knowing well euglena. Okay, it's a protista. It has a capacity to be as an autotroph and as a heterotroph. And euglena will be divided longitudinally. It will divide like this, half. And transversal. This is the paramecium. As you all know, this will divide into half. Like this, these are the three types. Clear? Irregular fission, longitudinal fission, and transversal fission. Clear? Next is the sixth is the budding. Budding, what is special? Budding means formation of the buds. Simple thing is, the buds will be formed, the formation of buds. This can be seen in the yeast. What about yeast? You have to remember this thing. Generally, these all things can be seen in the unicellular acid starting. Of course, it will occur in different also, but this amoeba, paramecium, euglena all belongs to unicellular, monera and protista. Okay, and yeast actually it belongs to the fungus. In the fungus, this is only the unicellular. Remaining all are the majority are the multicellular. So you have to remember that is. They may ask in the fungal, which will go into the binary fission. In the fungus, in the fungi, only this yeast will undergo in the binary fission. Next, again in the textbook the diagram was given. The yeast will be a round in shape or little bit irregular shape, and in the process of budding it will give rise to a small bud. Okay, this irregular shape bud, and after a few situations this bud will be detached and it will grow into another mature individual bud. Clear? Okay, next, the juice pores. Next is one, conidia. Second, juice pores. Budding, buds. Fourth, gemmules. Okay, conidia. This conidia will be like a round, okay, spherical parts. This can be seen in the penicillium. In the penicillium, we can see this conidia. So, this conidia are the propagules or the offsprings. Okay, and this belongs to a fungi. The diagram, if you can see, the conidia will be there. So, this fungi will give its information into the conidia. Once the conidia will detach, if they fall on the ground anywhere, they will go rise to new fungi. So, that is this whatever we discussing, these are the propagules or the vegetative parts, okay, asexual reproduction offsprings. Next, juice pores. This can be seen in the chlamydomonas. Okay, this can be seen in the chlamydomonas, and this belongs to algae. This will be seen like this, the greenish color. Okay, as they are algae, they have the capability to survive. Okay, they will be broken and released. Birds, this you can see in the hydra. Okay, and hydra belongs to the sponge. Okay, this can be seen in the animal, and this belongs to the second phylum, that is Cnidaria. Next is gemmules. Gemmules can be seen in the sponge. This is also an animal. Okay, this can be seen in the porifera. So, generally, if you say about asexual reproduction, we all will think that asexual reproduction can be seen in the very small organisms or maybe in the unicellular Monera, Protista, and the only plants. Of course, obviously, this can be seen in the animals also. This is the thing you have to understand, observe. And these animals are not big animals, a large, huge animals. They are very small invertebrates like Cnidaria, Porifera, very small, Planera, all those things will occur. So, this is about the zoospores. Clear? This is very important. Now, we will go for the fragmentation. What is fragmentation? Frag means a part. Mentation, that is formation. Fragmentation, that is a parts. One organism will divide into few parts. So, next is the fragmentation. In general, you might have seen the planaria will be divided into few parts, and that all parts will divide and they will grow into adults. So, here definition is a organism on its breakup, okay, it gives rise to many fragments, should give rise to many fragments, and all these fragments should convert into an adult. Just explain a diagram that convert into an adult. So, all came from the one, if you think that one. Okay. One organism broke into few parts and all parts converted into from adults. So, up to this is okay. This is a general method. They are surviving. That is not important. The important is again they have to get the features of the real organism. It means again they should give rise to the offsprings. Okay. Then that is called fragmentation. Clear this point? Example can be seen Hydra, okay, and also the Planaria. Clear? Now, the next a considerable point, that is a topic is water hyacinth. In the textbook, this topic was given in a simple paragraph, and the same topic was covered in the multiple chapters. And in this few years, last few years, many times they asked different questions on the simple topic. Okay, the paragraph contains only 4 or 5 lines. Now we will see what is water hyacinth. Why we have to discuss? Actually, in the water hyacinth, this is specially we have discussed about its introduction. That is, it's also called as terror of Bengal. Why? You think that it was first formed or invented, discovered in the Bengal? No. Actually, in the Bengal, in the water, in the stagnated water, everywhere in the Bengal territory, this water hyacinth was grown overly. Phenomenal rate growth was seen, extra growth. And because of this growth, in the water pipes, the drain pipes, all these pipes were blocked. Water blockage was seen. Okay, that's why this is called terror of Bengal. In the Bengal, a major problem was occurred just because of the water hyacinth. Now, what is this actually? This is not our Indian plant, or it is not seen from many years in India. It was actually a invasive plant or imported plant. Okay, that's called as, you have to remember that, invasive means it was bought, okay, into one particular territory, and it's a weed. This word says 2 words: invasive, which was imported, okay, and weed, we don't have any much proper use of it. Okay, it was invasive weed. Now, what is the problem with this? The problem is that because of this weed will grow phenomenal. They will grow more, and they will drain out total oxygen. Okay, drains out the oxygen from the pond. Okay, we can't say river, because in the flowing current water they will not survive. They can't grow. In the pond, they will take out all the oxygen. Next is death of fishes. This is a very important topic, very important a point. Death of fishes. Why the fishes will die? When on the pond, if everywhere the aquatic plant, this is an aquatic plant, if they are growing, then what happens? There will be no sunlight, and these plants roots will take away all the oxygen. They will take away all the oxygen molecules. Then whatever the fishes in this are there, they will die. Okay, all the fishes will die. See, this pond was totally covered by this water ocean, and they will utilize total oxygen, and the fishes will not have that much of oxygen. They won't get a pure good oxygen because of the reduced level of oxygen. These fishes will die. Clear? Next. Actually, then if this is this much problem, how, why it has been brought to India? They might have avoided. Reason behind this invasion. Okay. Reason for importing because of importing reason is because of the its beautiful flowers. Clear? The flowers are beautiful. That is the reason. That is the major reason. Sometimes beauty will be a problematic. So these beautiful flowers. Next is its shape of leaves. The leaves will also in a proper. The leaves itself look like very amazing, like horseshoe. So this beauty became a problem. Clear? So the terror of Bengal, invasive weed, it will drain out oxygen, death of fishes, importing beautiful flowers. And another point we will see. Now this water hyacinth, how actually we are discussing water hyacinth. Okay. In this actually this topic is we are discussing asexual reproduction. So how this propagates? It means its offspring will form. Offspring, how it will form? That is by the help of offset. What is offset? Offset means suppose this aquatic plant is there. From this a stem, you remember this is not root, roots will be here. From this one stem will go away and will touch the surface of the water. From that it will get roots, and from that it will get the shoots. So it became an individual plant. Okay, it saw a offspring, and this middle one is called as offset. So this is the reason. So the offset. Okay. Another thing for offset. On the land also you will see such type of phenomena like climbers, okay, strawberries, all those things. So what is difference between this offset and the land? In the land, whatever we see, they are called as runners or stolen. This can be seen in the land. You have to remember, on the land what we see, the same phenomenon will be seen. That is called as, okay. So now we know it. Discuss. Clear? Offset. Next. Another thing is vegetative propagation. The reason behind its growth, in general all plants they need the particular age and the maturity of the reproductive parts like flowers and the pollen grains, anthers maturity, ovules, okay, and the stigma, all this should become mature. Then the transfer of pollen from the male reproductive part stigma to the female reproductive part stigma, from the anther to stigma it has to occur. So it will take a time consideration, takes more time, but here that is nothing is there. Here one stem will go away and give rise to new plant. So here you have to think that what is offset? You should write the stem. Especially this is a modified stem. This is a modified stem. This is the very thing you have to remember. Otherwise, you may think that is a runner. It's maybe a root. It's not. Next. So this vegetative propagation helps. Okay, or helps. Okay, it's high growth. Okay, or fast growth. Clear? Next is another word you have to remember, phenomenal growth rate. What is phenomenal growth rate? Means this word will be used, it will be asked in exams. Why it is a phenomenal growth rate? Because the same reason, because they will follow, they will go for vegetative propagation. It's a very simple method. Okay, that's why they will go phenomenal, very phenomenal, considerable. Okay, next is what is the problem for this? And moreover, that is difficulty. Okay, in getting rid of them. It means even though you clear off these plants from the pond, within a few days, okay, they will distribute themselves in all the directions. They will cover all over the pond. So this is the things. There is offset, there is modified stem, and this major thing is vegetative propagation, and it's a phenomenal growth rate is a problem. Okay, within night it will cover. Okay, within few months it cover total districts it will cover. Next is its difficulty in getting rid of them. As much of time you spend to clear them from the pond, within few days, within no time they will cover the total the pond. So this is about the water hyacinth, very important topic. Clear? Now the next topic is vegetative propagation. What is the meaning? Vegetative, it means the vegetative parts. If you see in the plants, if you see, consider a plant, the roots will be there and the stem will be there, okay, and the leaves will be, and later all these leaves, stem, roots all come under vegetative, okay, vegetative, and the flowers, this will come under the reproductive. So generally what happens in all plants, in the flower, okay, the flower there will be stigma, the 10th class you have studied, okay, and there will be a anther. There will be anther, a few. So the stigma, style, and here ovary. In the ovary there will be ovules will be there, this, and this is the anther. In the anther there will be pollens will be there. These are the male gametes and these will be the female gametes. In general what happens, these pollens should come and fall on this. Then they have to travel all along the stigma, style, then to the ovary, then to the ovules. Then they will form into seeds. This is called as a sexual reproduction. This is a general formula, a general method in all the major plants. Okay. So beyond this also the possibility is there to give rise to babies or offsprings. So here because of pollens and this ovules interaction, here the seeds will form. The seeds are nothing but offsprings. So this is a general method. Now we see the another method. Another method is the same production of the offsprings, not only seeds. If this ovule will give rise to this ovule, after this then it comes into a seed. We all know the seeds. You all know seeds. The seed, if you grow, if you sow in the soil and if you pour water, then it will come into a plant, and the plant will come into a big plant. So this is the offspring. This is a general phenomenon. But without this pollens, ovules, anther, ovary, the seeds, without this also the plants can produce another plant. Okay, that we will see, that is the vegetative propagation. See. So here when we say vegetative propagation, that is vegetative parts, okay, the reproductive parts are flowers. So vegetative parts like leaves, stem and root, all these three comes under vegetative part. Okay. So these parts has a capability to give rise to a new plant. So, this thing will deal. Clear this point? Hopefully. So, this is not possible in animals. Suppose if you see a human being or elephant, if a human being, if you see, if you cut one finger and you keep in the soil, will it give rise to another human being? No. Like this, the plants, animals, if you compare, both are same, okay, in the method of reproduction in general, except this, okay. Majority of the vertebrates, okay, or chordates, they will not go this method. Only the few invertebrates and some smaller algae like plants, they will go this, and some larger plants also will go, even some trees also will they go. Now, one is a short form is there, how to remember. In the book some examples were given. So, one is, first is the runner. Okay. What are runners? As we discussed, the runners can be seen in the grass. Next, second is rhizome. What is rhizome? Rhizome can be seen in the ginger. Rhizome means actually the root, and also banana. And third is runners and offset, or we can see the sucker. Fourth, sucker can be seen in the banana. Next is tuber. Next is offset. Sixth, bulb. Seventh, bud. So, if you see the runner, rhizome, suckers, tuber, offset, bulb and bud. Now, the tuber can be seen in the potato. And offset, as we all know, that is aquatic plant, especially in the water hyacinth. And bulb, like onion bulbs, we can see in the agave. So, there in the agave, that is called as bulbil. Next is the bud. These buds can be seen in the bryophyllum, the leaf, on the leaf corners. Clear? Have a look of this. Now, if you see the runners, the grass, in the grass on the land, if you see the grass will be seen, and this grass, the stems, few stems will modify, the roots in generally, in this case roots will not involve, the stem itself they will involve, and they will fall on the ground. Once they fall on the ground, because of the humidity, water, and the nutrients, they will give us small roots and the shoots. It will give rest. Again, some will go here, they will give roots and it will give shoots. Like this, they will run on the land. These are the runners. The good reason is grass, basic, they are monocots. And for this, actually, they are very small. They will not give any flowers. They will not give a colorful flowers. There will be no nectar. There will be no rewards. So, there is generally no pollination will be there. So, this runners you have to remember, that is grass. Rhizomes. Rhizomes means the ginger. You may see in ginger, and banana also. If you cut this part of the root, ginger is a tuber that forms in the roots. If you cut this and you sow in the soil, it will give rise to another ginger plant. In the same way, from the banana also, from the roots, one root will give rise to a small plantlet, and that will convert as a banana plant. In this also there is no flowers. Flowers will be there, but not fertile flowers. So, there will be no pollination. You will not get some seeds. So, this is a method. So, roots are involved in the production of the new baby. In this also the roots or stems, the modified stems are involved in the production of the another plant. Here the roots are involving in the production of the another offspring or a new plant. So, these are the propagules. So, what are the propagules? These are the propagules. These are the propagules. Next, sucker. In the banana also the sucker same. Here starting a plant will form from the banana plant. Okay. It has a capacity to convert into a big plant. So, that is a sucker. Next is tuber, potato. All of you know the potato. Potato will be having a small buds or notches, or these are called as buds, or they will be called eyes. From this eyes the buds will form. From this buds, if you cut this part, when you cut the potato, one potato many parts, there should be one or two notches, two eyes should be there, one or two or three. This should be kept in the soil inside a piece like this. So, whereas the notch is there, from this notch in the soil a plant will grow, the shoots will come out and roots will come out slowly. In few days this will convert into a big potato plant, and it will convert again to start giving the potatoes. So, here the tuber, okay, which is a root, that is giving rise to another potatoes, okay, the eyes. Next, offset, water hyacinth, same thing, the offset will be like this, same. Okay. Next is bulbil, agave. These will also have the same capacity. Okay, the bulbs will have the capacity. If you keep the bulbs, they will give rise to a new plant. Okay, then it will become big. They can give leaves. Okay, clear? Again, after its growth, after using of the leaves, with the bulb, if you keep this bulb in soil or water, again they have the capacity to give rise to a plant. So, this is about the bulb. The last one and the very important bryophyllum. You may be all knowing that bryophyllum. What is the bryophyllum? In some trees, in the bryophyllum, the leaves will have the edges. Okay, the edges. Okay, the edges, the corner or the notches. This is called corner or notches. Okay, will give rise to small birds like this, and they will have a roots. Okay, so all of a sudden this leaf will produce a few leaves and a root. If you cut off this and if you sow it in soil, then what happens? They has the capacity to grow into a plant, or it's after that it's converted tree. So, this is the about birds. Birds, bryophyllum, the leaf corner notches has the capacity to give rise to birds. Later, last. So, till now we have seen the asexual reproduction. Okay, generally the asexual reproduction will be in the plants or in the Monera protista animals. Now, last is algae plus fungi. In general conditions, or in the favorable conditions, okay, they will go for asexual reproduction. But in case of unfavorable conditions, they will go for the sexual reproduction. This you have to remember. Why in unfavorable conditions? Because in unfavorable conditions the area is becoming different. It is not suitable for next generations. Then the two related species will come together and they will go sexual reproduction. Why? Why? Because the answer is here. Why? Reason because the sexual reproduction in this case is for the genetical variations. So, because of the genetical variations, okay, they can survive in the adverse conditions. Okay, they can survive and continue the species. Okay, the starting point of the chapter. Clear? Now, students, observe this video and prepare the notes. Okay, have a nice day.